Okay.
It's perfect with your music. You want to put your music on?
No.
Oh, I've got to take a picture of you with this here, though.
I will take a picture. Okay.
Billy Graham was returning to Charlotte after a speaking engagement, and when his plane arrived, there was a limousine there to transport him to his home. As he prepared to get into the limo, he stopped and spoke to the driver. "You know," he said, "I'm 87 years old, and I have never driven a limousine. Would you mind if I drove it for a while?" The driver said, "No problem, have at it." Billy gets into the driver's seat and then heads off down the highway. A short distance away sat a rookie state trooper operating his first speed trap. The long black limo went by him doing 70 in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. The trooper pulled out and easily caught the limo, and he got out of his patrol car to begin the procedure. The young trooper walked up to the driver's door, and when the glass was rolled down, he was surprised to see who was driving. He immediately excused himself and went back to his car and called his supervisor. He told the supervisor, "I know we are supposed to enforce the law, but I also know that important people are given certain courtesies. I need to know what I should do because I have stopped a very important person." The supervisor asked, "Is it the governor?" The young trooper said, "No, he's more important than that." The supervisor said, "Oh, so it's the president?" The young trooper said, "No, he's even more important than that." The supervisor finally asked, "Well then, who is it?" The young trooper said, "I think it's Jesus because he's got Billy Graham for a chauffeur."
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Did you not like that? Where was your music? God bless this all. Hello.
See, we go back about 7 years.
So that's not the first time. Remember my kitty? And how it jumped on your back?
Oh, your kitty jumped in your back.
She didn't like cats. She just about killed me.
I'll never forget,
So-
she snuck a cat into our apartment, and I was going to work. I had my white uniform on, my white nylon.
It's not the first time.
No, and her wild cat that she wasn't supposed to have in our apartment,
Anyway,
which I was allergic to. That was one of the bad things on my allergy report.
yeah.
As I was leaving to go to work, it jumped on my back, scratched my nylons. I had to go change my pantyhose, and it did it a second time.
Did you think I was not history then? And here I am.
Did you open the door and let it?
Yeah.
Well, it happens.
What
So
was the name of the
don't
cat?
let this bother you. I do the same thing to her.
The only thing that really bothered me,
Yeah.
well,
Oh, that okay.
you know
Just-
which one? Michelangelo, that statue of David.
What happened there?
Dad bought this beautiful, spendy
Did I
statue.
do something with that?
And
The cat knocked it over?
no, you and George did. And then you glued it on the head.
Oh,
But it was the most beautiful. I mean, the face, because sometimes those faces, this was just beautiful.
oh God! See, now we're digging up good stuff. See?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
They were playing football and it knocked over.
She's playing. She had a list. Years later. See, how old are you now? How old? You're young. How young are you
Am I
now?
thinking of all of the...
I'm thinking, and then look at how old.
Well, and that was probably like about, well, you brought it up about the cat.
Oh,
So then I
that's
thought
good.
the other things that happened to
so
that
much.
apartment.
Well, that's the story.
Okay, there's the
Okay,
story.
here we go.
Can you read it?
I remember going to
I can read that,
the
yeah.
apartment
Okay.
once when I was young. My mom brought me over because I remember my
But we had fun there.
mom saying that it was, oh gosh, that you were nursing friends or something. And
Well, and we were sort of like Starsky and Hutch because she had the S. Wait, no, you had the H for
Hopkins.
Hopkins and I had the S. And then what? That one time,
Yeah.
I had an L on my sweater or something, L. And then who said, oh, Laverne and Shirley? So they called us Laverne and Shirley. Yeah.
Okay, now let's go read the
Yep.
story.
Okay, this is our traditional.
This is our.
You didn't do that last year.
No, we
Every
didn't
year.
because I didn't have it up here. I couldn't find the book. Last year I couldn't find anything. This year I'm finding it.
Okay.
All right, Bruce, all ears.
At Heathrow Airport in England, a 300-foot red carpet was stretched out to Air Force One, and President Bush strode to a warm but dignified handshake from Queen Elizabeth II. They rode in a silver 1934 Bentley to the edge of central London, where they boarded an open 17th century coach hitched to 6 magnificent white horses. As they rode towards Buckingham Palace, each looking to their side and waving to thousands of cheering Britons lining the streets, all was going well. This was indeed a glorious display of pageantry and dignity. Suddenly, the scene was shattered when the right rear horse let rip the most horrendous, earth-shattering, eye-smarting blast of flatulence, and the coach immediately filled with noxious fumes. Uncomfortable but maintaining control, the two dignitaries did their best to ignore the whole incident. But then the Queen decided that was ridiculous, a ridiculous manner with which to handle the most embarrassing situation. She turned to Mr. Bush and explained, "Mr. President, please accept my regrets. I'm sure you understand there are some things that even a queen cannot control." George W., ever the Texas gentleman, replied, "Your Majesty, please don't give the matter another thought. You know, if you hadn't said something, I would have assumed it was one of the horses."
That's priceless.
There she is.
Yes.
That is cute. That is
Very,
cute.
very cute.
Here, Ian.
We could say
all around.
Here. Just trying to get everybody here. We're doing our.
And then-
Hey, wait a minute. Can you spell something? S-E.
Yes. Right here.
Here.
Okay.
Come on, come on, here.
First get us, and then we'll get. Okay, Sandra, look at. Okay,
E, right?
we'll take a second one.
She wants the three of you, now look.
Okay.
To you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Ian, happy birthday to you, and many more.
Oh, even Lindsay, but wait a minute, Lindsay, what do you got to say? Oh.
Who's that?
There.
What's that?
All right.
There you go.
All right. We'll try this.
blow out your candle.
Oh, wait a minute, we got to put a can.
No candle.
Okay, hold on.
We gotta find a candle.
When Lindsay was first born, the litter, platoon leader lieutenants. And as soon as they graduated off to Vietnam, they went. And Henry Hill was killed within 3 weeks from the time he got there. And Marty Benson was killed before he was 6 months.
We were
So
staying
now
at my
at Mankato State,
cottage
they have a big track
on Bone Lake.
I've heard of it. Yep.
gallery.
They don't have air
Days or
conditioning.
something. I can't remember what it's called
Hotter
now.
than hell.
But they have a Henry Hill
It
and a
was
Marty Benson.
real humid
Yeah,
and
you know, to
awful.
honor
So
those.
we all got into the
I
car
remember
to drive around in the air conditioning. And so we went to, we drove to Frederick, and inside is Frederick. Until it got colder outside, and then drove home.
Yeah, there's not a lot.
Maybe I was in received a question about that, maybe in my
Although there
sophomore
is
year.
one bar where
You know,
we'll tell
before we
us
started
that
track
we're gonna
practice,
hamburger.
we announced
And it's the
that
best hamburger I've had in a long time.
Made you
I
feel
think we
good.
ate there and we went to a bakery.
Put that in front of Ellen's chair.
This bar we get their meat from the
But
butcher
those
shop
two
down the
were
road.
represented
And then
There's a
there's
lot of
one
places
that's
that
across
have
the
lady.
street from the bakery.
Yeah.
people,
just put that right
soldiers
there.
were going to Vietnam in the late 60s, mid to late 60s.
I forget
And
what else.
They were the best of the best. I mean, they really were.
We had some
How'd you do the last time you were headed up there? Did you win?
really
Well,
messed up.
the last time I think I did do well. Now, last weekend I was.
Should I just hand these out for everybody? Can
Yes,
come and
ma'am.
get one?
Everybody sit down.
Last weekend.
Here, Ian doesn't have one.
Had a nice time, but it was
Ian, Robert,
bad,
grab your
very.
Well, do you have enough to go around?
Yeah, there's one.
You got
But
two, three,
it
four,
was,
five,
it was
six,
a fight
seven.
with that one. I told one
Okay.
You need a fork?
during good
we've got
He
weather.
needs a fork.
Now,
And I,
They got quite a harbor, I guess. I've never been there, so I don't know, but.
You know, Canada was always our big buddy, but that leadership under Trudeau, this Trudeau now, is he terrible? Regular dictator.
Yeah,
No,
he kind of
nobody
gets
would
his
ever
own
go- It
way.
used to be like you'd feel safe if you landed in Canada. Now, oh,
Not sure.
no, not anymore. But that Trudeau, his dad was better, and not a lot, but a lot better.
That's right, his dad was a politician too.
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah, the second one is Justin Trudeau, and the previous one was Pierre.
Yeah, that's right.
Pierre, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian, you going trick or treating?
No.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Albert Lee said trick or treating at different places on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Different neighborhoods or?
No more in town. Like
I'm not gonna wear my rock band here this time.
You what?
My-
You go through town.
My
The big mall.
rock
there's a
star
number of stores have candy. and
Wig.
stuff, so you go.
wig.
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah, the kids
okay.
mainly hit the
I don't know.
house actually on Halloween. I got my candy ready.
Your pumpkin card?
Guys who were volunteers, they were the best soldiers in the history of this country. I mean, I think they were every bit as good as the soldiers in World War II. You know, they were fabulous soldiers. And but when the draftees started to come in, I mean, they knew what was happening back here in the States. They didn't even know why the heck they were there. You know, what are we doing here? You know, we want to win this war.
You know, and the thing of it is, LBJ, and who was Kennedy's brother-in-law? They lied about what was happening. It was worse over there, but they presented a better picture like we're winning. What was his name? He was married to one of the Kennedy
Yeah, I don't
girls.
know who
It started with an S. Yeah, but and they lied to the people and put on a really good
But you
front.
see, all those people in the 1970s,
just enough. We're gonna-
everybody in Vietnam who was a soldier there, they knew what was going on in the United States, the rioting and the anti-war stuff and that sort of thing. And then, of course, when they rotate home, then how they were treated when they came home, that got back to the troops on the ground. So you really had kind of
That was sad.
you had a fighting force that was starting to disintegrate, and then you would have a cadre and an officer corps that had to kind of keep up the pretense that we were winning there.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the big deal, you know, is, oh yeah, we're winning the war, and then, but we can never quite win the war. And then they'd say, yeah, but we're winning the war. All we need is 150,000 more men or whatever it
They
is.
never welcomed anybody
So-
home. Yeah, I went in 66.
Pardon me?
I went in an Army Nurse Corps in 66.
66?
So I was stationed at Fort Hood, Texas.
So that really, in 66,
That was
it
Vietnam.
really wasn't until 68 and 69 that the draft really got to be a big draft. And so you probably saw a lot of draftees come through.
Yeah, I took care of a lot of
Yep,
injured
Oh,
ones
yeah.
back from Vietnam.
yep, yep.
So husband was in Vietnam for a year.
When did he go in?
About the same time, 66.
And
We went through,
he was in the army too, Reggie.
I think it's remarkable that the soldiers accomplished in Vietnam what they accomplished, considering that basically the administration just didn't know what to do about Vietnam. And all the information
No
they get
leadership.
stateside would be negative, that everybody was against the war, and then they're over there, and basically all they can do is just, I think it became more of just a survival kind of, yeah, you're right, I think it was more of a survival thing for a lot of the troops.
Did you ever listen on WCCO, Dark Star, the guy that was on in the
I
evening?
remember him. I
Remember
used to
him?
listen to him a lot.
I did too. I really liked him. He was over in Vietnam. And he said it was so bad. And he said they'd be in their little, bunker areas. And he said the rats would just be walking by, It was just like you had a bunch of dogs, in the... it was so bad, and he talked about it, and...
it wasn't a good place to be.
No.
I thought it was amazing that Drafty Army survived. Considering how the leadership was starting to disintegrate and all of the conflict, and then they were just caught in the middle of that, and the most dangerous thing that they could be in.
Well, the thing
Just
of it is,
amazing.
what you got to do is, okay, we're going into war or something. What is our plan that we're going in, and when are we going to end it? Because now with Ukraine, Biden's just sending tons of money, all of our equipment, and there's no end to it. And somebody said, how long is this going to go on? Forever, as long as we need to. And it's like, that's not the answer.
That is not the answer.
And we're depleting.
A lot of people believe that we could have won
Sure.
the Vietnam War
Yeah.
immediately and in the first couple of years, and all we had to do was to mine Haiphong Harbor and blockade that. That would have cut North Vietnam off of all of their munitions, all of their help they were getting from everybody, but we just wouldn't do it. And that was a political decision, and so it was a political war, and we lost it politically,
Yeah.
and militarily in the end.
Whose political decision was that, Robert?
Well, that was Kennedy to begin with, and then Johnson,
And why didn't
and McNamara was his defense
Yeah, McNamara.
secretary. So
And why didn't they want to do that?
No backbone.
I
You
think
got
that they were afraid it would draw China and Russia deeper into the conflict, and
So they were using U.S.
yeah,
money
it just kind of reminded at the time it reminded me of what happened in 38 and 39 when the British Prime Minister appeased Hitler.
We weren't around.
Oh, yeah.
And Ho Chi Minh knew right from the get-go, and he told his people, he said, we'll win this war, but it'll take us 15 or 20 years to do it. Well, it only took them 10 years to do it.
Now
Because they were willing. The other thing that was different is that, we lost 55,000 killed in, roughly speaking. The North Vietnamese lost 600,000. So they, from a philosophical point of view, they had no problems just continually, just shove more people in, shove more people. It's
Like
just a
Putin
different
today.
perspective, and that was very, difficult for a Judeo-Christian culture to combat that idea that you could just, for no really clear reason, just shove millions of people to their deaths. I think that had a big influence in it as well.
Yeah, you gotta have a plan. We start here, and here's where we're gonna end.
See, McNamara, he tried to quantify war. And so he was an engineer, he was he was a big IBM exec, right? And he believed in numbers, and so he's the one who came up with kill ratios and numbers of bullets expended in an average firefight and all. And so in a sense, they were running that war kind of as a computer war, in a sense. They were making their decisions on the wrong things. You know, they didn't understand what the South Vietnamese people really wanted. And so there were just so many things that were done wrong.
And now they can't get people to join
No.
the service,
Yeah.
but all those that are joining,
Yeah.
so many are transgendering and they're going in so they can get all their surgery paid for, which I just think is terrible.
You know, when I went in, when it was mostly draftees coming in, for me, the 3 years I spent in the Army were probably the 3 most important years I've ever spent in my life. And it was because it was the first time that I had to be disciplined. You know, it's the first time I had to take care of myself, for crying out loud. You know? And so, you know, there's...
You learned a lot.
Yeah, you just learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about how to get along with other people. You learn about how to
Survival.
get something accomplished as a group and how everybody contributes. And that's why you see so many of these GOP candidates are former military people.
Oh, aren't they good?
Because they have leadership skills. And then you look at the Democrat side of these tickets, and it's just ideologue after ideologue after ideologue. And they've never run anything. They've never had to make decisions. They went to Harvard University or something like that, and they got a degree in philosophy, and the next thing they know, they've got the connections. And they're in the White House as an administrative aide, and they don't understand how anything works or how anything runs or how to fix anything if it's broken. And I think that's what we're facing right now.
Who's the guy? He's a spokesperson. He looks like a wimp. And yesterday
His name is Jim Wimp, I think is his name.
Oh, there you go.
I think he looks like his name. As a matter of fact, I get it now. Yeah, he does look like it.
Well, anyways, so that the people that are doing the interviewing, asking questions, what is it, what do they call them before they go and ask questions? It's the reporters. And so this reporter from Fox, she's real sharp, and she asked this guy directly because that little black gal that knows nothing, she wasn't there, so the one that was talking for her, this gal from Fox said, now it's been published and stated that in 25 days we're out of diesel fuel, and there's going to be probably a train that stoppage, they're going to strike. What are we doing about it? Well, we're doing a lot of things, and in particular, helping the people over in Europe. We're making sure that they've got some fluid, and she was talking about Europe.
coffee.
Sure,
Yeah.
that would be fine.
Yeah, they don't connect.
But what's interesting though is for that, the fuel. We're saying it's right over Thanksgiving. People are going to be flying. There's no fuel for the planes. Yeah.
And there's no fuel oil for the Northeast. They already are in a panic mode there.
Yeah, in
Because
Maine.
they're running out of fuel oil and they don't have reserves.
Yeah.
They don't have enough reserves to last the winter.
And our strategic reserve, that when Trump left, he had it filled to the brim. That was his goal. It was filled. We're less than a third right now, and a bunch of that Biden sold to China, and some to Europe, but a bunch to China. So that he's got to be blackmailed. I know that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we don't have that strategic
Well, in 10
because
years
it's
we
good
can
Florida.
change that.
It's good Florida. Didn't need any because that's what it'd be for if we go into war. If you've got some big problem,
I think what's going to happen in the Northeast is they're going to have brownouts in the Northeast this winter. And in cold weather in winter, that's going to be serious for senior populations, and a lot of people are going to have some problems. 70% of Northeast winter heating energy comes from fuel oil. And so it's really concentrated, and there's concentrated populations. So, you have multiple housing, multiple dwelling housing all over the Northeast. I mean, it's just, they're packed in there, and they can't heat those buildings. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, a lot of people are leaving New York.
but in New England, the
They're all
United
coming to
Kingdom.
Minnesota to get warm.
It's supposed to be a cold winter.
Yeah, we're supposed to, but in the United Kingdom, they're predicting there's gonna be 10,000 deaths from freezing because they don't have the heat. And they said probably 10,000 are gonna freeze to death. Yeah. But,
Yeah, but they're British, who cares?
yeah, there
You
you go.
know, they're not Americans.
And that's a big,
We'll send them fuel.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
I was tired of that damn accent anyway, you know, that British accent. We could use less British.
Did you ever hear Princess
You can't understand what they're saying. I mean, you know, we're two people separated by a common language.
Well, did you ever hear Princess Anne? She's got that high cockney, you know, you can't understand her at all. Whereas like Queen Elizabeth, she talked a little bit slower and you could understand her. But that Princess Anne, she's like, she's from outer space. It's just really
My
strange.
mom and dad met Queen Elizabeth. They went to Monticello, you know, Jefferson's mansion. What is it? Where is
Oh, Monticello, yeah, in
Virginia?
Washington, yeah, or
Is it
in Virginia.
Virginia, I guess it is.
Virginia, yeah.
Anyway, they were there, but it just happened to be the 25th, the Jubilee 25th anniversary of her coronation. And so they happened to be visiting Monticello on the same day that Queen Elizabeth visited. And so they all lined up and she shook hands and said hello and all that sort of a thing, and asked them their names. And so my mom said, well, my name is Margie. And she says, does that stand for Marjorie? And my mom says, yes, it does, Your Highness. And so then Queen Elizabeth says, well, I have a sister named Marjorie.
I thought it was Margaret.
Well, Margaret, yeah, Margaret, you're right, it's not Marjorie.
Margaret.
My
Your
mother's name was Margaret, but she was called Margie.
Okay.
Your mom met the Queen of England?
Yeah, in the 25th anniversary of her reign.
In Vermont?
Yeah, because she visited the U.S. on her Jubilee, her 25th Jubilee.
Was she born like in
She was
47 or
26 or
52?
27.
It was in
I think it might have been
47 or
47.
52, okay.
She was crowned in the 50s, wasn't she?
52, I believe, yeah.
Because I think,
She was 27 years old.
yeah.
Oh, I think she's younger.
But I
than
think
that.
she was crowned in like 53 or something
52.
like that. So it must have been 78 when they, or around the late 70s when they were out there. So.
Pat and I saw Queen Elizabeth. We were living in Syracuse.
Yeah.
And-
The big ship,
Pardon?
the big ship.
Yeah, and
But that was a drag queen who called herself Elizabeth, though, right? Not the real Queen Elizabeth.
It was the real one.
yeah, and she was on the Canadian side. Here's the St. Lawrence Seaway. We were on the American side, and it was in Messina, New York. They opened up this big waterway so that the ships could get in, this big canal like. And so we were on this side, she was on the other side. We waved.
Oh,
Messina, New York, yeah.
Nice.
It was about 1960, 62,
Yeah,
61,
I've forgotten
something
all
like that.
about that, yeah.
Yeah. And it's been functioning ever since, yeah, 62. And, well, who was the president then?
Well, JFK was the president.
It was, who was, Eisenhower. He was in 57, 58, 59, 60. Okay, and then Kennedy got in 60.
60 to 63.
So probably it was either Kennedy or Eisenhower. I think it was Eisenhower,
It
so
could
it
have
must have
been.
been 59.
I think it was Eisenhower.
Yeah.
We got the next bit. Oh, I love these. Oh, they're so comfortable.
You know, I was going to order something from QVC. There was a pair of shoes, and they were like $79, and
Yeah.
now they were like $39
Yeah,
clearance.
they're-
And they were slip-on Skechers, and they had a special support.
Yeah.
And I thought, boy, maybe I should try those because my other Skechers were kind of weird. Well, anyways, I called in, and I was on the phone like 15 minutes. And I thought, this is ridiculous. So I hung up, and then I called again, and it was, hi, while you're waiting, this is Jane Tracy. Let me tell you about, and then I was about, breast cancer or something, but she talked. I can't stand this. I hung up.
oh,
And they had Oh, the shoes were glowing. I mean, they didn't have a whole lot of different
And you
sizes.
wouldn't order it.
Anyways, and I thought, if my pair's gonna be sold out.
Right.
I thought, oh, screw it. Well, then, this was at about 1 in the morning, or 12:30.
That's why.
And then the next afternoon, about 7 o'clock, I thought, well, we'll just try it. And they had them in the black color, kind of black and salt.
Still,
Yeah, for the $34 or something. No shipping or anything.
yeah, free
So, so
Got you
shipping,
free
so
shipping.
So I
No
ordered, I
kidding.
didn't think they had that size left. They came in plum.
Do you wear
or
an 8?
black. 8.
Yeah.
And, but they
You need
had them
wide?
in plum. I get the 8 wide because when I wear socks,
Yeah,
it takes
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
You know?
So you got-
In your
But-
laundry
but I
with
could order a
pants.
pair for
Oh.
you.
You already hung up
Let
those
me find my
pants.
own.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Well, that's
There-
what I did.
there
In
is
the UK,
trying.
it's so upset. I didn't order it.
Bob, there's a glass for you if you
I
want
just got a pair for you and
wine.
I'll see what they're like.
Oh,
I've got
and
some
now
out on
you
the
want
porch
some?
there.
Oh, you just
Is
grabbed
that-
the bottle?
I did.
One and one?
Yeah, there's just a
Okay,
little,
you're talking about
They
that,
came
so
in
it's that.
plum or
a
black.
third of
I
the
ordered
glass is
black.
the only amount that's
So I
left
thought,
now.
I'll see what- yeah.
I threw the ball out in the
What's that you
yard.
wear?
You know, I thought Lindsay could play with it later.
What size?
Well, there, oh, I don't know
Yeah,
which
I
type you have.
think I
There's
got
a
a
medium.
B?
The
A
medium
big
Moscato?
medium,
Yeah.
What's
Now,
that?
I get
Is that the
those- I wear-
Moscato?
I wear the socks and it takes up space.
Nobody liked the spice
Well, who wants to
one.
hear I?
Oh, really?
I'll drink it.
Want to hear Christmas song?
Play it. There was a
You know what?
glass over there, your mom just dumped out.
How about a Thanksgiving song?
Yeah, what is a Thanksgiving? Oh, here, Harry Como. Here we go.
Oh.
I've got it. If I can get it on here. This was wonderful, you guys. This, now Pat, you said
Hey,
the
I
right
like
thing.
Harry Como.
Oh, here's my glasses,
I
Pat,
do.
that I have. You know, I've got those gold, those ones.
What
You
glasses?
you cannot get decent
see.
glasses.
Oh, drinking glasses.
Drinking
Oh,
glasses. And anyways, I've got about 7 of these.
I got gold.
But, you know, it's amber, it's called amber. But, yeah, I didn't get, Pat had, her white glasses were kind of cloudy, and I had beautiful green ones, and I gave her mine, I love them.
Isn't that
And
nice?
then,
That's precious.
and then, Leslie, my niece, her daughter-in-law in Faribault, was looking for glasses. She went like, you go to all the different stores, department stores, TJ Maxx, whatever. They have white or so, and they're just not good quality or anything. And I found, at Goodwill, I found a set of 8 brand new beautiful glasses.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
took a picture, I said, you want these? And she did. And, but you cannot find decent glasses other than in clear, but you put them in the dishwasher and they get cloudy.
I know. Or then you gotta wash them in vinegar.
Well, you
or
don't have to
something.
worry, Penny, because you don't have
Not
to
anymore, I don't
dishwasher
have a
now.
dishwasher.
Yeah,
anymore.
there you go.
No.
Problem solved.
There you
Yeah.
go.
But anyway,
Yep.
fine.
Oh, now the tree. That's pretty tree laws.
Yeah.
Very
No,
pretty.
I was looking for, oh, but isn't that something, $7.50? Oh.
Heck, you could even sell it for
You know, and the thing is,
$150.
you say, I was like, you can just scan something fast and you know exactly, the value of something. And
Did it come with a box?
No, no.
And you know the thing is you gotta love it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still
I
trying to
love
think of what
turkeys.
to
I love
write.
turkeys.
Nutcrackers.
Turkey, Thanksgiving turkeys
Turkeys
and
are
turkey.
Melissa's day. Turkey.
Yeah, my Thanksgiving, but I love, and I do
She's
have
a
two
turkey.
nice, I do have 2 nice turkeys at home, and this would make the 3rd one, so I thought, well, I'll let Patty use it. Now, you guys are, I didn't
Oh,
give it,
Pat, you get to use
I
it.
didn't give it away, it's a loan. And then there's
Well,
the cutest
Pat.
one, isn't there the cutest one up on top of the TV? It's a little stuffed turkey.
So,
Did you give it or did you loan it?
I loaned it. It's not, yeah, she can
so
borrow it.
when I go for Thanksgiving at Jason and Leslie's, then I should bring it.
No, you might drop it. You might drop it or something.
It's just yeah,
I
I
could
can crutches with it.
But you know, yeah, I have a real nice turkey.
Styrofoam
Yeah.
container.
But,
Sisterly love.
But I shouldn't have it away with mine.
You really
No,
do have a
no,
wonderful
no,
sister.
no.
You have
No.
all that.
What
No,
She's
yeah.
a good bargain.
Penny, you like this conversation?
I
I'm just
tried not to
absorbing
get-
Not necessarily anything
And I
you may enjoy, but
You have these kind of conversations at home?
and what's fun to look at, I was,
It's your friend.
now I'm gonna look at vintage, my amber glasses. You know, you cannot find decent glasses, like if you want like a set of 6 or 8 glasses, you go into Target or
Those carrots
anywhere.
need to be
Huh?
stirred too? The carrots.
Yeah, stir the carrots, please. If you don't mind.
Not at all. You cooked them.
If I can do anything, let me know, I'm just sitting here.
Well, you know, that was Penny's last famous words. Can I help you with something?
Just keep it on track. Well, the next thing is after we pull somebody to get the shop started.
Look what I invested in.
It's hot and heavy.
No.
Oh.
Have you tried these?
What is it?
Temptation gloves.
Oh, no.
They are wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You
you know,
have
I'm kind of clumsy. I just have my,
That's the problem. You're clumsy.
they're
The-
Because
clumsy.
they're too big.
No, those
No.
actually,
Come here.
you have more
Here.
control.
Can you move?
Do you want to stir the
Ah,
carrots
Come
first?
on over here.
Well, here, you can toss it. I
No,
do
you
this.
need to come over here.
Oh, I gotta sit, so we'll.
You gave me those square ones and they're not.
Here, Pat,
No,
come here.
those are not easy, but
Come
here.
the glove parts are, it is.
I'm
nice.
telling
The
you.
potatoes smell good.
Just,
Okay.
you don't have any problems walking, do you?
Just
Just put, oh, you're gonna wear me?
Did your dad
Well,
want
I
to?
burn myself all the
He went to
time.
change his battery.
They seem clumsy.
Oh, he's home already. Okay.
They're,
But they're better than any of
These
the
are
knits
small.
and stuff that you put.
honest to God, no, now put it on. Gotta, she's, put them on. It's just,
They're small ones.
Me,
they are small. These are small.
like to those out for you?
Yeah, now get them out.
I
Come
mean,
on here.
yeah, we can just stir them.
But I,
You can really
See?
grip
Yeah.
see,
and you don't
you
get
gotta
burned.
experience. Yeah. You can show that.
And you
I
can
don't know.
reach
You're
in.
not gonna stand for.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to stir that potatoes though, so you gotta take
I
that.
already did.
She stirs it.
Oh, okay.
It's
Does it
fine.
look, is there butter in there in the bottom of that? You see the juice?
No,
It's
not much.
steaming. I can
You wanna
see the
just throw a little
steam,
scoop of
though.
butter in?
Well, I think.
Is it wet in the bottom?
You want real butter or you want
Real
that-
butter, real butter. If you have it, if not, I mean,
Yes, I got real butter.
okay, does it mean, do they look dry or is there butter in there?
Your butter is sort of, somewhat,
Yeah.
there's a lot of carrots in here.
Is there enough in there that it won't burn or do you need a little more? What did you think?
Burn?
Okay, otherwise we don't need any more butter.
They're fine then. You don't need butter.
Yeah, we
She was just concerned if it was too dry. in there.
No, it needs to be cold.
Oh, no, just a little bit, because I just put a little bit in last night when, yeah, just, yeah.
It needs to be coated.
Okay.
And you gotta get lots of butter, I mean, carrots.
Yeah.
You don't put any sugar in your carrots, do you? Brown sugar?
I put a smidgen of brown sugar in.
It's good. Okay. How you like it, Gus?
It's in my ear is like heaven to me. Just like, oh, the breezes in old Shanghai, that was it. Did you ever hear that song, Breezes in Old Shanghai?
The only thing
If
I
I heard
recognize
it,
is
I
the end.
Yeah.
I didn't
What's
recognize any of your singing, but the words,
Penny.
Old Shanghai, I remember.
Yeah, if you want it. But you may not want it. It's the
Oh, you
spice.
won't touch
But
this
those,
with it.
so that was in my mind. I lay down and I go to sleep, and the breezes in
Yeah,
Old Shanghai.
it's okay for a few sips and then
What?
Right.
Now,
Which one?
the
The
that,
cinnamon one,
Oh,
you know, that's more,
spice.
that's
With the
more
Moscato.
almost like an aperitif
yes,
level,
you
a little,
want that much.
a little shot
shot
glass
glass.
thing, yep.
But this one is.
I wouldn't even
This
take it
one is
then, I'd
good.
go,
You should have gotten 3 like this. Moscato, I love Moscato.
okay, where's the other stuff on here? Is that what we're drinking now?
Yes.
This one I think is
Moscato.
sealed yet.
And then next
Well,
one.
that's not wine,
Save the best
That's
one.
really good with
that's
coffee.
liqueur.
I think we finished up.
That's,
I'm not a drinker.
I'm not either, but that's.
Today you are.
This is for coffee. This is real.
Yeah, yeah.
It really is. It just gives you a little jump on your coffee. And it's really good.
Now,
Put
do you
whipped
still
cream on
have
it,
some from your trailer?
and
or
it's
what?
like you're having a drink, but you're not. You have coffee.
Do you still have some left from your trailer? You
Of
used to
course.
have.
I got a little bit more. I know you wouldn't drink it, so I think I'll pour you a glass.
Yeah, it's expired.
No, I bet it did expire.
Yeah, but it has dairy in it. It's
You're supposed to. You're supposed to.
It's fine,
refrigerate
Roger,
it.
and I did not giving it to you, so don't worry about it. Unless you want some.
No,
You'll be sitting on the toilet for a while. I just made
You
homemade
refrigerate.
Kahlua.
Oh,
You made what?
A homemade Kahlua. Because I thought, I looked up that we had a little bottle left.
that's really good in your coffee.
What? It is, but I couldn't get it to be that syrupy texture like
yeah.
the real
What?
Kahlua.
Right.
I said I made homemade Kahlua.
Oh!
And it turned out that the flavor was great because I liked it more vanilla-y.
Right.
So I,
Then what happened?
it's just, it's not the
It
very
doesn't get thick
it's
like
not,
when
it's
you
not
buy
too
Kahlua.
syrupy like, but it's so sweet. But just it's more thin.
And then would you put in coffee or just drink ice cream or
I've done
something?
it both. You throw it in a little coffee or just have a little sip of it.
Now, how did you make that?
What's the
The
sugar?
recipe.
What else was it?
Do you ever, oh, of course, you can use the, huh?
I can sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah. Sandra, do you have lots of pumpkins, my gosh.
I do, don't I?
Yes, you do. And do you have my fall one?
Obviously, you didn't look.
I haven't been around yet.
I guess not.
Okay.
No, I don't have your falling out. It's okay.
I have to tell you guys this, and I delivered something at Goodwill Wednesday, and when I was just walking around,
I would love to have.
are you familiar with what's his name? Yeah, he does. Sandra, the guy that does the wood carving, and then he makes it into a mold. You know, that's kind of the what is his
For
name?
what?
Makes like
A mold for.
like a pumpkin or any kind
Oh.
of Christmas design. What is his name?
Jim's store.
Jim Short. Jim Short.
Oh, Jim
Short.
Okay.
Okay, probably a couple years ago. I don't know if you were with or what, but or who was with, but anyways, I saw this turkey.
Oh.
Nice turkey, and then it
Was
said
it
like
big?
gift thanks. Yeah, good sized turkey, and it was like $79. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Where'd
didn't-
you see that?
at Setzer's drugstore.
Years ago.
Yeah, a couple years ago, and it was really nice, but $79. Well, anyways, when I returned when I took something,
It was there.
no, I donated some stuff at Goodwill, just walked around quick, and here was that turkey.
Just the other
Mint
day.
condition, perfect on
And
Wednesday,
how much was it?
$9.99.
There you go.
And then it
Perfect
was
price.
25% off,
Old people
$7.50.
days, so.
$7.50. It was $7.50.
Wow.
And then I
that's
came
exciting,
home and I
isn't it?
pulled it up on my iPad, and it's either like Amazon, eBay, Etsy, one of those. You can buy it for $269 because
Did
it's a
you know
collectible.
I saw the same one that
Yeah.
you're speaking of?
Where?
Nice one.
turkey.
At Hallmark.
Oh, they were
Here at Hallmark.
recently, because this was.
Last year.
I wonder.
At Hallmark. I couldn't believe it.
How much was they charging?
It was about 79. Yeah. And I thought, whoa, don't they go on sale around here?
But is that exciting though?
Yeah, did you take a
Of course
picture
you got
of it?
it. Well, yeah, she got it.
And it's
I bought it.
exciting
Oh,
yeah, she
because
bought
you
it.
sell
I know, but
when
you
want
take a
to.
picture
Well, I'll
of it.
find it in here. And my little boy. Take a picture, Ian. Pretend he's
You
with.
got a picture of your little boy.
Oh, it's not showing now.